Welcome back, guys, to an AI Dungeon Adventure Book 2, Chapter 2. Last time we covered the whole introduction of Galder in Thilliaras, and now we are currently on our way to the underwater city of Mortos, where we have heard that we might get a lead on where Fremond is, the long-lost prince. So we are in the search for him, and Mortos is our only, is the only place we've got to begin our search. So where we left off, the AI wrote this: you follow the road for a few miles before you reach a fat slaver. An explorer. Interesting, he thinks to himself as he nervously walks up to him. Really well written by the AI, actually. It emphasizes the state of this world and how Valia's elves is nothing more than slaves or a working class that no one actually wants to include in their society. So I think this fits very well. Let's just ask, who are you? He looks at you, his cold eyes peering into your soul. I am the slave master. Now tell me, are you a spy? No, you say. The slave master looks at you. Okay, let's ask him. Do you have any slaves with you? He stops and thinks for a moment. Oh yes. Yes, I do. Take me to them, you say. He thinks for a moment and then smiles. Follow me. Okay, I think this is very, very good because, you know, we can't just find Fremond right away, but we can help the Valias in minor ways, like freeing slaves and stuff like that. So let's just play along with him now, and when we've seen all the slaves, just cut off his hand or something. The slaver leads you into a large building made of iron and wood, with large barred windows. Inside are a few dozen slaves, all wearing iron collars with various signs on them. Okay, you look on all of the Valias elves. Just to get like a description of how brutal this content has become. You look at the slaves, most of whom look miserable and worn down. A few look beaten and abused. Jesus Christ. Ah, you're arrived. The Lord has seen fit to grant me a visit for my newest acquisition. Who the fuck? What? What? I might have to retry that, but okay, I'm gonna retry that. I'm gonna remove this. You count the slaves. Let's see just how many people are in there. Because a slaver sounds like a big guy, but I think if we work together we can overthrow him. There are about 25 slaves, including a few children. Jesus, that's brutal, man. Okay, you slowly pull your sword up and slice the slavers, or yeah, I can say, and lunges it at the slaver's hand and see if it's a success. The slaver jumps back away from my sword, holding his hands up and slowly backing down the stairs, clearly fearing for his life. I don't want to harm you. Free these slaves, or I will cut you down. Okay, if he's afraid of me, we can try to solve this problem without violence. He turns around in a full sprint and bolts out the door, the slaves scampering after him. You free the slaves and they rush outside, most of them taking off through the fields. Wow. Okay, nice. So, mission successful. But I still need someone who could lead the way to Mortos. So, I'll see if I can ask one of the remaining slaves if they know the way. Do any of you slaves who are now free want to show me the way to the underwater city of Mortos? This is completely optional and you are free to go wherever you want. You know, slaves could be manipulated to think that any task is something they have to do. So I'm just gonna make them sure that this is not something I'm commanding. This is something I'm asking. You're free men now. There are 2 slaves that stay behind. One of them is a conjurer, the other is a bard. I will give them both to you, but only if you get me to Mortos. Give them? No, they're free. Come on. Okay, let's remove this and just make it as a description and not someone telling me about them. You two, are you... oh shit. What about you two? You know the way? The conjurer looks at the other. He doesn't know, it's just a guess, the bard says. What about you? You ask the bard. Okay, so the conjurer don't know the way, but he seems willing to join though. I'm just curious. I've never been to Mortos, but I've heard that it's a beautiful place. Well, show us the way before you change your mind, you say. Okay, so... do you want to join me? Oh, fucking hell. Can't write for shit. Yes, says the bard. You follow the slaver's path until it ends in a small wooden pier. Okay, let's try that again. The bard and the conjurer both look at each other and consider it. We're in. Nice! Hey, we got the first party members. Ah, shit. Okay. Now, guys. Now we need some character... some names and some character descriptions. So... let's write. Great. What's your names? Oh, I'm so glad we're finally able to form a new party with new characters. The bard, who goes by the name Thilliaras, tells you his name. The conjurer, who goes by the name Mary, tells you hers. Okay, so one guy and one man and one woman. Very nice. Okay. You look at Thilliaras. Let's see if the AI can give us some description of what it looks like. You look at the bard. Still not certain if you... okay. So Thilliaras and Mary. Wow, I'm so glad they chose to join me. Physical description of Thilliaras. Or, yeah. Let's see if the AI can fill in the blanks. Thilliaras is a young man. He is probably no older than 25. He has dark skin and his eyes are a light brown. He has short black hair tied back. Okay, so I imagine dark dark skin with a bluish tone, since the Valias elves are a bit like blue-toned. Nice. Okay, so he looks like he's from the southern part of Thilliaras. So let's get a description of Mary. The AI is actually doing pretty good work now. Mary is a very beautiful and elegant woman. She is older than Thaddeus, probably in her late 20s. She has fair skin and green eyes. Okay, nice. A conjurer and a bard. Do you guys have... No, maybe we should buy them some weapons when we find a city. I don't think they have any weapons lying around here. So, I guess they just have to be unarmed for a while. Okay, so I think we should head eastwards. That's the only lead I have. You ready? Oh, multiple choice. Wait, I'll follow you anywhere. Just let me get my things, says Theodos. You nod and head out the front door and over to the horse. Wait up. Okay, that doesn't make sense. The other one. We're ready. Thaddeus and Mary both look at you as you both begin walking down the road. Okay, that's perfect. Let's go. I'll just let the AI continue and see if it can create some nice scenarios. Sorry, I got a mail. You start walking down the road, and soon enough you start to pass farms and fields. So tell me, which way do you think we should go? Asked Thaddeus. I don't know. Do you have any guess? I guess we like the way has kind of stopped, so we need to find an alternative way now. I've been told that Mortos is a very small city, so the farther east we go, the more likely it is that we'll find someone who knows what we're up to. Sure, man. Okay. I see. So should we go to the coast or head into the mountains and try to find a way into the desert? You consider the two options. Well, the coast sounds more logical, so I say we head for the eastern coast. What do you think? I agree. The two of you decide to head for the coast. Okay, the three of us. Nice. Okay, let's make the AI continue. About a half an hour later, you can see the coast. This used to be a very prosperous city, says Thaddeus. I've heard. Oh wow, so we are there already. But do you guys know how to access the city if it's underwater? Oh, we got it covered, replies Mary. Well, we only have one choice, the eastern entrance, but it's underwater, so we'll need a boat. Do you have any boats? Let's continue. This is getting really interesting. We could steal a robot from one of the farms. It shouldn't be too hard to get. You consider the idea of stealing a boat. Well, we could buy one but we don't have much gold. What do you guys suggest? Steal or buy? I don't know if we have enough gold to buy a boat, so I don't know. Steal, says Mary. Yeah, steal. Yeah, says Thaddeus. Steal it is then. Let's go Metal Gear Solid into this thing. You sigh and look around the nearby farms for a boat. I feel so bad stealing from normal Valias farmers, you know. You go around the nearby farms and fields looking for a boat. You come across a few small rowboats and canoes, but nothing that would serve your purposes. Okay, so they seem like they're in a bad state. Let's just ask the farmer. Stealing will do us no good. God, there's gotta be the moral police here. The farmer considers the... what? Retry. Okay, you and your friend sneak up on the nearest farm, a large house with a thatched roof. Anyone home, you call? Shh, someone replies from within. Oh. Shit, what's going on? The farmer comes to the door and sees you and your friend standing in front of his house. What do you want? And be quick, my wife is sick. Oh, we need a boat. Wow, poor guy. What if the conjurer could try to help her? I don't know if conjurer knows any healing spells, but you never know. What makes you think I have a boat? We'll even trade you a boat for some fresh bread. Let's remove that and say we are simply asking for a boat. We have a conjurer with us. She can take a look at your wife. Let's see what he'll say to that. Well, the farmer begins to think about it, and then he calls his wife out. You can look at her if you want, but I don't think she'll be able to do anything. Okay. Mary, can you tell what kind of disease we are dealing with here and possibly cure it? As I said, I don't know if conjurers actually can cure diseases, but ease the pain. And I can tell you what it is, but I can't cure it. Alright, so what's the deal? Just a simple sickness? What sort of animal came and... What? Animal? A horse. A horse? The farmer replies, puzzled. What did a horse do? Yes, a horse. We'll take a look at her. She has a saddle on. She probably... Okay, we gotta remove that. Let's try again. The farmer seems to be suffering from a cold, says Mary. That's not a disease, the farmer says. It is to us, Mary replies. Oh. Well, can you ease her pain? Maybe, though I'm not very good at it. Can you try, you say? I guess so. Okay, okay, nice. Let's see if it works. Mary uses her magic and the farmer's wife seems to be eased into a deep sleep. Do you think she'll be okay? Asks Thaddeus. I hope so. Okay, great. Now, about that boat. From one subject to another. The farmer leads you to a small shed where you find a single rowboat. Okay, that's very nice. The farmer says, I'll take that. We won't be needing it. Why not? It'll still be here. I'll remove the aisle. Take that. We won't be needing it. And remove this. That's perfect. Okay. Thanks for your help. Good luck to you all. Thank you for the boat. Okay, nice. So we've got a boat. And now we have to head onto the sea. So I'm gonna ask my friends, or my new friends, do you guys know how to sail, to row a boat? I haven't done it many times in my life. Like, Galder grew up on like a forest infested land, so he's not used to the ocean. He's been to the ocean once in book 1, and that was by a sailing ship. So he's not used to this kind of equipment. I can row a boat very well, says Mary. I can fish, and I have, says Thaddeus. Great, then we go east. Nice. Okay. You and your friends get into the boat and row out to the open Eastern Ocean. It's kind of terrifying, you know? Just the three of us out in the open. The rowboat is quite small, and so you all sit in the boat and share the oars. Okay. But now come the hard part. How is this gonna help us? We still don't know how to actually get to the underwater city. So I'm gonna ask them, so what do we do from here? How do we get to the underwater city by just rowing out to the ocean? Well, that's the thing. There are several ways to do it. One way is to dig a hole in the ocean floor and jump onto it. What? Okay, retry. That's basically impossible. I don't know, says Mary. I can't think of any suggestions, says Thaddeus. Okay. I'm gonna add something to the story here. Suddenly, you all feel that the boat is starting to shake, and from beneath the dark ocean, you hear a faint growl. There's definitely something beneath the water. You can feel it. You look around and see that you're not in Kansas anymore. What? I gotta remove that. You're in some vast unknown ocean. The growl is getting closer. Is it a shark? A giant turtle? A massive jellyfish? We need to row faster, says Mary. Do you know how? You ask. Maybe we can use magic to like push our boat forward. She rows faster, but the boat is still moving swiftly to the east. Is something out there? Asks Thaddeus. Yes, I can definitely feel it, replies Mary. Do you guys think it's some sort of sea monster? I don't know, but I don't like the idea of whatever it is breathing on us, says Thaddeus. The boat suddenly flies out to the ocean's edge and then stops. Oh, okay, what the fuck? Something's happened, shouts Mary. The boat has caught on something and now it's being pulled towards the ocean's floor. You see a long, thin tentacle wrapped around the boat's wooden pole. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna add something. You are all... No, you know what? Let's just let the AI continue. This is great. It's so intense. And then another tentacle appears and wraps around the first one. And then another tentacle appears, and so on. Oh my god, is this a kraken? The tentacles begin to pull the boat closer to the seafloor. The process continues with more and more tentacles appearing until the boat is firmly anchored to the oceanic floor. Before we move on, I will include a pre-written segment here to direct the story a bit more. So I hope you will enjoy that. And yeah, let's go. You, Mary, and Thaddeus are hanging onto the rowboat as you are pulled down to the ocean floor by the tentacles. You can't see anything. It's too dark. You feel the pressure building up and your vision starts to fade. Your grip is loosening and you feel your fingers almost letting go. But no matter how much it hurts, you hold on. Mary and Thaddeus is struggling with keeping themselves on board. But you all somehow manage to hold on to the boat, which is now starting to break and fall apart. The darkness gets heavy around you, and through the thick and misty waters, you can see a couple of huge, light blue eyes looking at you. You find yourself in the middle of the water, staring directly into the dead pupil of a gigantic kraken. It roars, the sound echoing in the ocean floor. You feel the pressure getting harder, stronger, pulling you to the depths. The kraken's tentacles grabs all of you, and with the ship you fall through a barrier of water at immense speed. It's like a deep underwater tunnel. The tentacles lets go and you're all pushed into the depths. Without air or surface, you feel like you're about to submit to the dark ocean. But suddenly, you see what only looks like a faint light at the end of the tunnel, and the pressure pushes all of you closer and closer to the light source. You eject from the large tunnel and notice that you are finally able to breathe again. You are still underwater though, floating around on the other side of the cave with what looks like a bubble covering your head as a helmet. You look at Mary and Thaddeus, who also has a look of surprise on their face. You see Thaddeus pointing his finger at something behind you, and as you turn around, you see a gigantic floating city in the middle of the water. It's huge, with all kinds of lights and buildings, even castles. You swim closer to what looks like the city gates, and to your surprise, there are guards in front of it. They look like Valya's elves, but mutated in some way. Their skin is even more blue, and they have bland faces with dead, fish-like eyes. The guards are standing on a small plateau outside of the gate, proving that the city actually has walkable streets and solid ground. You swim over to the guards and land on the plateau, feeling your feet standing firm on the hard ground beneath you. So this is Mortos. What were Freemen doing here, you say, and head towards the city gate. And that, my friends, is how you get to Mortos. And that's also the end of this chapter. I really hope you enjoy this. I feel like this chapter was even better than the first one. now we got ourselves some crewmates, and yeah, we're on the right track here, definitely. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.